Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to tell you about my November favorites. So this is something relatively new on my channel, but every month I just tell you about all my favorite things I read, things I listened to, things I ate, things I did, all of those kind of things. So let's just get into it. First, we're here because of books, so let me tell you my favorite read of November is The Mistletoe Connection by Chelsea Pennington, and this one was just such an exciting fluke. Like, the author reached out to me and said, hey, I've got this debut novel, will you read it? And I said, absolutely, because it sounded so good, and it was so good. So it's about a group of people, all different people, stuck in, I forget where, but an airport around Christmas. And it's just all of their stories, and they're all slightly connected. I mean, they're all strangers. Their lives are not connected, but their experience kind of in the airport is all connected. And it's so like cozy and Christmassy and sweet and heartwarming and deep. It's got all the things. It is so impressive for a debut novel, and just in general, I loved it. So I would highly recommend The Mistletoe Connection by Chelsea Pennington. I think it's really cheap on ebook, I think. So check it out if you're looking for a holiday read. I would say it is very good. It's Christmas Eve, I think, when they're stuck. So love it. Next is things that I have listened to. So I am one of those people who needs background noise constantly. And like with my kids, if we don't have something playing, somebody will make noise. And so I would rather like have music or something going, just because it sets a nice cozy, peaceful tone in our house, and then it instigates a whole bunch of dance parties, and we love that. So I've been listening to all things Christmas lately, and I think that might have been my October favorite too. I might have started it then, I can't remember, but some of our favorites are NSYNC, Kelly Clarkson, Brett Eldridge, Elvis, Pentatonics, then also the Piano Guys. If you haven't heard of them, they do instrumental covers of a whole bunch of different things, and they've got one called Family Christmas, I think, but the Piano Guys in general are great. Pentatonics, did I already say that? I don't know. All of the Christmas albums are just so good. I think it was Bree from In Love and Words on an Instagram thing. She said she was listening to Dave Barnes, and Dave Barnes has an album called Brother Bring the Sun, and that was from 2004, 5, 6, I don't know, sometime when I was in high school. And that album is so good, and I have been playing that a lot too, because it's one of those that I still remember every word to every song, and it just like fills me with nostalgic joy. So that is what I've been listening to. Things that I have watched is just all the holiday episodes of shows. So you guys know I'm not huge on movies. I like Hallmark movies, and otherwise, I just don't have the attention span for a movie. And so I really like shows, and like Thanksgiving just happened, and my favorites are like Friends, Gilmore Girls, anything that has a holiday episode. I am all about that, and I love it. And I remember being younger, I mean, probably college, high school, whatever, and being like, January is so boring. It's just regular life TV. And these holiday episodes just make me so happy. And so I'm doing that. Home Improvement has great Christmas episodes. If you have not seen Home Improvement, it's an old show with Tim Allen, and he like goes all out for lights, and it's just so good. I love holiday episodes of shows. Also, if you missed it, the Gilmore-a-thon was a readathon here on BookTube, hosted by Heather from Bookables, as well as many other people. And it was also kind of like based around Up. The channel Up had a Gilmore Girls marathon, and Gilmore Girls screams fall to me. And so this is the perfect time of year to watch Gilmore Girls. Next is product. And so I, again, have two because I can't ever pick. So the first one is the 'Tis the Season Wallflowers from Bath & Body Works. 'Tis the Season is one of my favorite smells, and these wallflowers I really like because we don't burn candles, because I was having like some allergy issues when we were burning a lot of candles. So if I burn them, it's for like a short duration. But I love having like a cozy smelling house, and this 'Tis the Season is not as overpowering as some of them are. It's just kind of a spicy, cozy holiday scent that I love. And so I have, like, last year I bought a ton in January when they were all super cheap, and so now I can put them all over the house and I just love it. The other product that I got was this planner. So I talked about today and to do. I talked about last month that I started making physical to-do lists. Prior to last month, I have really done all like digital, like Google Keep is an app I use, but I would just ignore the app. And like, there's not anything that is satisfying as checking, like literally scratching something off the list. So this one though is really cool because it's got, you can see, well, I'll go to a blank page so you don't see my massive to-do list, but it's got to-dos and then today. So it helps you like prioritize what you need to get done today and then what is just like back of the mind to-dos. And the other cool thing about this is it's perforated right here, so you can like tear off today and leave your list of like other things for the whole week if you want. You know, you can tear off today as the days change. So I am loving this. I would highly, highly, highly recommend something like that if you guys are into physical, like writing things down, because it's just so much better than a piece of paper, because it helps me really like think, okay, this is what I've got to get done. And for me, like, I feel like the today stuff is like obligations. Like I feel good about getting them off, but when I like take stuff off the other list, I'm like, girl, you're ambitious. You're doing it. You're taking off stuff that you don't even have to do today. And that makes me feel so good. Like, I hope somebody gets the feeling, because it just gives me a lot of joy. So those are my favorite products. Next is food. So I cook a lot. I probably cook 6 out of 7 nights a week. And just because we now are all at home and my husband works in the basement now. And so we're all here eating lunches, eating snacks, eating dinner. And so just having food around all the time is great. Plus I love cooking and I love trying new recipes. And I try to do like 1 new recipe a week. It's been more like 2 or 3 a month since we had our second daughter, because it's just really kind of chaotic. And so I fall back on like the old reliables quite a bit. But anyway, I tried this pasta e fagioli soup, and it's like a copycat recipe from Olive Garden. However, it's vegetarian, and it is so good. We all loved it. So I will share the recipe down below. But I really, really, really enjoyed that soup. And I love when new recipes like surprise you like that, because sometimes you're like, yikes, there's a reason I haven't made this before. And then other times you're like, it's going to be in the rotation as a normal. So really excited about that. The thing I did, just as holiday season ramps up, this is like easy and hard at the same time. Thanksgiving was weird because, you know, COVID, we just stayed home, our family of 4, which is sad, but it also was really fun because I got to make a bunch of different food. And like normally we go to my in-laws, and so normally it's like so it was just really fun to like make our own family thing. And we kind of just did like PJs all day, I mean sweatpants or something, and we were just like cozy all day and cooked. And it was a little bit crazy and chaotic around here because that's life with a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old, but we still just had so much fun. So that is my favorite thing. We also went and bought our tree yesterday or a couple days ago. I can't remember when it was, but we have a real tree every year, and that brings me so much joy. We buy it from the Optimist Park here in town, and it's something that I have done with my parents since I was a child, and now I'm doing it with my own family, and it just makes me happy. Like, this whole list is things that just make me happy. And then the last thing that I'm going to talk about is a mom hack. So if you are a mom of kids, young kids, whatever, one thing I am big on is like crafts and activities and that kind of stuff, because I stay at home with my kids, and if we don't have stuff to do, I'm anxious, they're like annoying, and so we just have to keep busy. So with the holidays, I'm like, cool, we have got crafting opportunities galore. So with Thanksgiving, there were a lot of things that I wanted to do, but our library it's a smaller library because we're in a relatively small town, and Thanksgiving books are gone by like October. And especially now in the times of COVID, there's no due dates. And so things get taken and you cannot get them. So there are like My First Thanksgiving, just general books that kind of teach about what Thanksgiving is in a way that's understandable to a 2-year-old. I did want to buy them, but the library didn't have them. And so then I just had this like boing light bulb, let's YouTube it. And there are hundreds of people, especially the popular books, of people reading these books. And then you can get, I mean, you can make it a whole bigger lesson because you like, I found somebody in reading it in Mandarin, and I found somebody reading, like, there's just all sorts of people reading these popular books. So you can't find it from the library. It's not the same to turn on a YouTube channel of somebody else reading, but it works. And like, I don't feel bad about it because they're reading a book. Like, it's somebody else reading to my kids. I think that is, I'm calling it a win. So just something to think about. If your library is also out of something, maybe try YouTubing it when it comes to like board books and picture books and that kind of thing. So those are my November favorites. Please, please, please share with me what yours were of any of those categories. I will link everything down below. Everything, of course, is unsponsored. These are just the things that I have found that either bring me joy or make my life easier. So let me know what yours are, and we'll see you in the next one.